been assigned to be the successor of Israel's great leader Moses. If you don't know who Moses is the one that was born around the time when Pharaoh put a decree out that every little boy under the age of 2 got to be murdered. And the Lord, because of the assignment on his life, allowed his mother to put him in a basket. And while he was in the basket, she was in the bushes watching him float up the Nile.
Yes.
Can I tell you something? As long as you got an assignment, you can't die.
Come on. Amen.
As long as God got something for you to do, you can't die. I don't care what the doctor say, you can't die. Okay, you want to sit here and act like that. So
We receive it.
Moses' mama is watching him float. He floats, and what would be unreserved would be reserved territory. He floats and ends up in the company of Pharaoh's daughter. It was her legal right to kill him. But because she didn't have any children and she saw this pretty little baby floating up, she said, Daddy, can I keep him? And if I got some fathers in here and you got some daughters, as hard as you want to say no, you end up saying yes. So this little Hebrew boy is raised to be royalty. Fast forward, he finds out who he really is.
That's right. Yes, he did.
I feel you, boy.
Yes,
I feel you. He finds out that all these years he was raised to be an Egyptian, but in reality he was a part of God's chosen. Can I tell you, I don't care who your family is, if God has chosen you, your bloodline can't change what God has already said. The story continues and says that he's raised in the house and becomes a prince of Egypt. He has to wake up and realize that all these years they deceived me, they lied to me. I'm not really a part of this family. I don't know who I am anymore. He sees, because they told him you're really a Hebrew boy, and he sees an Egyptian soldier whooping an elderly Hebrew man, because he's connected to the Hebrew man and he's also connected to Egypt. He has an internal struggle on the inside because he's trying to figure out, should I defend him or should I help him?
All right.
Have you ever had to fight with yourself over your own assignment?
Hallelujah. You gotta say that.
He goes in defense of the man just to say, stop, hey, don't do that. And he ends up murdering the Egyptian soldier. You know, he had a little rank. He wouldn't have got in trouble. Pharaoh was his grandfather, so how could he get in trouble? But the struggle on the inside, I'm struggling with what I'm familiar with, but I'm struggling with what I've been called to do. I'm struggling. There's a struggle on the inside of me. I don't know, should I keep selling drugs or should I give up this life? There's a struggle on the inside of me. Should I keep selling my body or should I give it to the church? There's a struggle on the inside. How do I handle this struggle?
Glory to God. Speak, Holy Ghost.
He kills the man and he runs away. Text tells us that he ends up in the desert just wandering. And he ended up at a man's house named Jethro. Jethro was a Midianite priest. And what happened was, Jethro invited Moses into the family. He didn't need a background check. He didn't need who your people is. But because Jethro, being a priest and having a direct connection with God, he understood who Moses was before Moses did. You need folk around you who will see you for who you really are, and not the folk blowing smoke up your behind. Because if you're going to be my friend, tell me when I'm wrong and tell me when I'm right. Just don't be a yes man, don't be a yes girl, but tell me when I lost my mind. Tell me when I'm wilding out. Tell me now, this ain't what God told you to do. You need to get back in line. Story expedites Moses has an encounter with the burning bush, tells Pharaoh, who semi-biologically end up being his brother. And he has to have another fight because he's speaking on behalf of a God that he's had one encounter with against a brother that he was raised with. How many times are you going to have to go back and tell your family what God tells you to tell them?
Come on now.
The hardest people to preach to is family, because what they'll do, they'll tell you where you came from, what you've done. They'll tell you who you are. How you going to tell me this when we were raised in the same project? You think you better than me because you got a nice little house, a nice little home. How in the world you going to tell me what God is telling you? I know who you really are.
So you think.
Fast forward a little bit.
Come on.
Moses gets old. Moses, in his later years, begin to get a little frustrated. Because he says, Lord, you told me to set free 3.7 million folk. And these Negroes got an attitude.
Lord, never.
They got the audacity to tell them they had it better in Egypt when they were slaves.
Yeah.
How do you have it better being a slave now that you're free?
Free.
The problem is you don't recognize that slavery is not a good thing. That's why we still have slavery today.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
Another sermon.
Yeah.
He says, God, I'm tired. And God tells him to hit the rock.
Yeah.
And he beats it.
Yeah.
And God says, look here, boy, because of you not following my instructions, you ain't going to make it in.
Help us, Father.
I'm going to let you see what I promised you, but you can't enter in. Because of this next season in the life of my children, disobedience is not allowed.
Yeah, come on now. All right.
Moses has been training two boys, one by the name of Joshua and one by the name of Caleb. He sent those two along with 10 other brothers to go and spy on the land that he had promised the children to have. And the other 10 came with negative reports. It's amazing how you serve a big God, but your mind ain't big.
Come on now. Right.
We went over there and we looked like grasshoppers in. It's impossible for this to belong to us. And we're not big enough. We're not strong enough. We're not educated enough. We ain't been nowhere. We've been in the same parameters for generations after generations. We ain't moved out of the projects. We ain't moved to the other side of town. We done moved around in the same location, but we ain't moved up out of here. So how are you going to say that belongs to us when we ain't been nowhere but outside of this? Joshua said, look here, we can take this.
Okay, get it.
Joshua and Caleb says, man, y'all done lost y'all mind, man. If God says this belonged to us, it belonged to us. How do you know? Because he's been fire by night and a pillar of cloud by night. He's the provider for us. We get new bread every morning. We eat fried chicken every day. It ain't the same leftover fried chicken. We getting it new every day. So you going to tell me that the God that we serve can't give us something that he already said belonged to me? Joshua, last assignment with Moses. The children of Israel was in battle. And because of the age of Moses, his bodily functions begin to weaken. So what happens is Joshua and his homeboy by the name of get up under the arms of Moses. And the Bible tells me that every time Moses' arms went up, victory was in their name. But every time his arms got weak, defeat was at their doorstep. Let me parenthetically pause right here to help you. If you want victory in your life, you need to keep your pastor's arms up. You may get tired, but you keep their arms up. If you got to take shifts praying and lifting them up so their arms can stay up, because the last thing you want to happen in this house is for their arms to go down and the devil to have his way.
God. Jesus.
Text tells us that the Lord tells the children of Israel, Moses, my servant, is dead. He gave them the customary 40-day mourning period.